So I would like to start with a short introduction. You will receive documents that explain how to develop your workshop proposal. So you should use the principles we presented during the teaching training course. And obviously, the inclusive design is the primary evaluation parameter for the quality of the different proposals. Here we listed some indicators just to give you an idea. So we have the inclusive dimension of the objective. That means that the solutions you will identify should derive from the needs of the fragile categories of users that are involved, but should be really useful for a variety of people. Then we have the inclusive dimension of the methodology for the selection and management of participant work. So the composition of students invited in the summer school should reflect diversity and variety, obviously, if it's possible, and should use an inclusive approach and possibly inclusive technologies. Then we have the inclusive dimension of content and teaching methodologies. So the program you prepare should reflect inclusiveness. So it should be multidisciplinary, have a system vision, and maybe if it's possible, even some co-design activities. And finally, the sustainable and inclusive dimension of the impact. So you should be realistic in identifying who are the possible direct and indirect stakeholders of the program. The first section, as we said, is teaching methodology. You will find this section in the form of the proposal, and you will have these three main points. So we start in teaching methodology with the engagement and management methodology for diverse needs. So as we said before, we should elaborate which are the needs of the students just to ensure an inclusive learning environment just from the beginning of the summer school. Then the initial context analysis and methodology. So we should analyze deeply the context because it's really important to make a tailored offer to students and to build a good educational environment. Then the last one is the content and the teaching methodology. Our goal is to develop content, obviously inclusive design, that not only respects the principles we saw together, but that it's even effective for the diverse audience of the students. The second section is the one about objectives and evaluation criteria. And so here we have project objectives and expected outcomes. So we know that the project aims to train students and to make them able to apply the principles of inclusive design currently with specific objectives. Then talking about the evaluation criteria, we should assess the accessibility of the proposed solution, and the evaluation criteria should consider different inclusive issues. Then the general program of the course should include several training phases and covering different key topics. In these training phases, you can include lessons, workshops, and different activities that can suit to the different participants. And then the last one is expected outcome and impact. And here we have the description of the expected final outputs that could be projects or prototypes or whatever you think would be good to explain the project and to demonstrate its effectiveness and applicability. And the outputs will be evaluated basing on their innovation, practicality, and social impact. We have the description of feasibility elements. So you should describe why the project is sustainable, considering resources, time, maybe even environmental impact. And the last one is the evaluation of the impact on students. And this will be measured through specific criteria to understand if the students acquire the skills that we proposed and if they are able to apply this kind of knowledge in real world scenarios and to use this for the project and for the implementation of inclusive practices. Here we have the first document you will receive, that is a description of the different phases you should explain in the workshop proposal as the one I said you today. And this one is the workshop proposal. So you receive this paper, this document, describe each one of the parts you should implement, fill, and complete just to have a common structure of all the projects to make it easier to compare them and to judge them.